Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, you're very welcome. If you're a subscriber or you continue to visit this channel from time to time, thanks so much for coming again. This is Tega, and I appreciate you for all your likes, all your comments. Thanks for sharing and above all your subscription. In this video today, I'll be showing you how to make a stand-up collar bow dress. Very simple, no hassle at all. And guys, let's just get started. The length of the fabric is 54 inches while the width is 64 inches. So I folded it into one here on the table. I want to make sure the width of the fabric is very stretchy as I will not be applying any zip. So I want it stretchy along the horizontal measurement. Now you want to fold your fabric over again because I'll be cutting both the front panel and the back panel at the same time. So you want to fold it again. And once you've done that, you want to rule your start line, taking half an inch to 1 inch. For the back neck width, I'll be taking 3 1/4 of an inch. You can take 3 inches if you want instead of 3 1/4. Then add shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement I'm working with is 7.5 inches. That's half of the shoulder measurement, which is 15, divided by 2 is 7.5. So I've marked the 7.5 there. Then I'm gonna add half an inch allowance, sewing allowance for the armhole. So that's 3 1/4, that's 7.5, and that's half an inch. From the sewing allowance, you want to come down by 1 inch for your shoulder slope. 1 inch, then connect it to the neck width. So you want to grab a ruler and connect like that, and it forms your shoulder slope. Once that is done, you want to take 1 inch for the neck depth of your back panel. So you want to connect it to the 3/4 width. Connect to the 3 1/4 width. Next, I'm taking 7 inches for the front neck depth. You can take 6 if you want. Once you've marked your front neck depth, you connect it to the 3 1/4 neck width. You've drafted already for the back neck. You connect it to that. The front neck width should be wider than the back neck width, but we'll do that later in the video. But right now I'm gonna add half an inch sewing allowance to the shoulder. So when the time comes for stitching, there's half an inch sewing allowance by the shoulder line connected right up to the neck width. From the start line, you want to take your bust line measurement, which is your shoulder to your bust point, and I'm taking 10.5 for this. So whatever yours is, take it and rule a line. All the measurements I'll be taking will start from the start line. So I'm taking the measurement right now for the waistline. So whatever your waist measurement is from your shoulder, you take it and you roll a line. Next will be hip measurement. From the start line again, you want to grab your tape measure from the start line and add your hip measurement. I'm taking 24 for this hip measurement. Whatever your hip is from your shoulder, add it and roll a straight line. Now you want to add your dress length. This dress is gonna be 40 inches in length. So after adding the 40 inches, I'm gonna take 1.5 for the hem allowance. So I would add 1.5 for my hem allowance. So make your marking for your dress length and your hem allowance and rule a straight line. Now you want to add your armhole. Armhole circumference divided by 2. Whatever it gives you, you add it. Remember to add it from the shoulder slope. My armhole circumference is 16 divided by 2, which is 8. So I'm marking 8. So from the shoulder slope is 8 inches. So you want to connect with a line. In order for you to be able to draft your armhole, you need your bust circumference divided by 4 measurement. So bust circumference divided by 4, add it. Then I'm gonna add ease allowance and sewing allowance. Then move on to your waist. Your waist circumference divided by 4. Add ease allowance 2 inches for this and 1 inch sewing allowance. The same applies to the hip. Your hip circumference divided by 4. Add 2 inches ease allowance and 1 inch sewing allowance. Make your marking and that's it. As this is a free dress, I've added 2 inches and the dress is not gonna have a zip. Now for your back armhole, you need to connect the 8 inches right up to your bust measurement. Whatever your bust measurement, you connect it right there. And you want to find the midpoint of your 8 inches armhole measurement. And this is 4 inches. The midpoint here is 4 inches. In order to draft your front armhole, then you come in by 3/4 like that. And you draft the front armhole because the front armhole and the back armhole won't be the same. So you've got a front armhole there. You come in 3/4 from the 4 inch and that's the back armhole there. Now you want to connect right to your bust line, to the waist and to the hip, all the way to the hemline. It's gonna be a free dress. It's not gonna be tight, it's gonna be free. So you wanna come back to your front neckline and we're gonna come in by 1/2 inch. So the front neckline will be wider on the width than the back neckline to create the 1/2 inch allowance for our stand collar from the back panel. So now I've opened it up by 1/2 inch there. Then you need to reconstruct your neckline for the front. Now we want to start cutting our dress as we finish drafting. Grab your scissors and start cutting. Remember when cutting to go first with the back panel. So both the front and the back panel will be cut the same. So we'll start with the back armhole, then the back neckline as well before we cut the front. So now we've cut the back panel. So the front and the back panel are the same here. So you want to remove the back panel and work on the front panel. As you can see, we still have the armhole for the front panel marked and the neckline. So all you need to do, grab your scissors and cut it out, the armhole and the neckline. Now we have our front panel and our back panel ready. Along the shoulder line for the front and the back panel, you should have half an inch allowance for your stand-up collar, as you can see there. Now you need a facing for your front neckline. You place another fabric, unfold, place your front panel and draft your facing. I'm gonna be taking 2.5 inches for the width of the facing. So I want to cut 2 sleeves for my dress, and I'll be going with a short puff sleeve, and you want to cut your own sleeve as well. I have a video on how to make puff sleeve, so you want to check it out. And next I want to cut out my collar using another fabric. I'm gonna be using the whole length, which is 64 inches, and be taking 5 inches as width. So the width is 5 inches and the length is 64 inches for the collar. After cutting, you should have something like this. There are different ways by which you can cut the stand-up collar, but I've decided just to go with a straight one, and you can apply interfacing as well. If you want your collar to stand properly, you can apply interfacing, but with mine, I'm not applying any interfacing. You want to start sewing now, starting with your front neckline panel. So you want to place your facing and you start sewing. After applying your front neckline facing, you want to apply some notches. You want to iron and top stitch the facing, so it allows the facing to sit properly around the neckline. So once that task is completed, you should have something like this. Then you move on to the next stage and sew the shoulder line together. And don't forget, you need to make sure you position the armhole like that to allow the half an inch allowance for the stand collar. As you can see, that's the half an inch for the stand collar. Next, you want to apply stitches all the way to your hemline and attach your sleeves. Here I've attached my sleeve, and later I would apply elastic because it's a puff sleeve. So I'm going to be taking 1 inch casing for the sleeve, and here I've taken my 1.5 inch for my hemline. So once that is completed, you want to move on to the collar, attaching the collar. Before you start applying the collar, you want to fold the collar into half, place a notch, and also fold the back neckline like that and find the midpoint, apply a notch. So that's the midpoint of the back neckline. Next, you want to align the midpoint of the collar to the midpoint of the neckline, back neckline. You want to align and apply pins. You'll be taking half an inch allowance for the folding in. Then you fold over the neckline there and you stitch. Make sure you don't start stitching the neckline round the collar first. We have to deal with the rest of the collar before we come back to the neckline. You can see there at that point where you can see the line, you would stop there applying the pins and you start working on the rest of the collar. And starting from the edge of the collar, you want to fold the tip like that, fold it over and apply stitches, yeah, across, then all the way to where you have the shoulder line, all the way to the shoulder line point, and you do the same to the other side of the collar. Once that is done, you are at the final stage. Just fold the half an inch over along that line and just stitch it down neatly, as neat as you can. And once that is completed, the dress is ready and you should have something like this. Come on guys, isn't this dress beautiful? Very simple, classy, elegant, using the right fabric. I always say that using the right fabric, you should have something stunning. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Remember to subscribe, like and share. Leave me a comment. I would like to hear from you and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, look after yourself and bye for now.